Release date, price, specifications and latest news of OnePlus 10 Pro. Screen size, 6.7 inches. Refresh rate, 120Hz. Adaptive CPU, Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 RAM, 8, 12GB storage, 128, 256GB rear cameras, for 8MP main, 50MP ultrawide, 8MP telephoto front camera, 3-MP battery size, 5000 mAh charging speed, 80W wired, 50W wireless size, 6.4x to 0.9x 0.34 inches. With the OnePlus 10 Pro on sale in China, it's only a matter of time before we can get the phone in the US and UK. In the meantime, we can admire the now complete list of enviable specs. After teasing us with little bits of pieces of information for some time, OnePlus has just given us the full spec sheet, and wow, this is quite some phone. Our favorite parts include its ridiculously fast 80W charging, the revised 120Hz display, and the second generation of Hasselblad-tuned cameras. That phone has a tough act to follow. The OnePlus 9 Pro impressed us quite a lot, after all, but until we get our chance to review it, here is what you need to know about the OnePlus 10 Pro. The OnePlus 10 Pro is now available in China, officially going on sale January the 13th. It starts at 4,699 yuan, which is slightly cheaper than the starting price of the OnePlus 9 Pro last year. The 10 Pro goes up to 5,299 yuan for the 12GB RAM, 256GB storage version, which is again cheaper than the 5,999 yuan at the top OnePlus 9 Pro cost at launch last year. That gives us hope the OnePlus 10 Pro will cost less than the OnePlus 9 Pro's $969 debut price in the US, though converting currencies to figure out local phone pricing is tricky since there are different tax rates and other costs to consider. For more specific comparisons between OnePlus' new phone and its existing top model, take a look at our OnePlus 10 Pro versus OnePlus 9 Pro face-off. If you want to see how it might compare against Samsung's upcoming flagship, check out our OnePlus 10 Pro versus Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra face-off. When the phone will launch beyond China is unclear, and we're not sure if there will be a standard OnePlus 10 joining the OnePlus 10 Pro. If you're wondering when the OnePlus 10 Pro will launch in the US, current rumors suggest a March-April time frame, which would actually be in line with recent OnePlus flagship launches in the spring. The OnePlus 10 Pro's look has been revealed, and reports of a polished Series 9 weren't far off the mark. While the OnePlus 10 Pro does look a little bit like the OnePlus 9 and OnePlus 9 Pro, there's a noticeable difference in the camera array. It's a fairly big square block housed in a noticeably raised bump. The bump itself blends into the side of the phone, not unlike the contour-cut design Samsung popularized with its Galaxy S21 lineup. Another thing we've learned from the OnePlus 10 Pro design reveal is OnePlus' ongoing partnership with Hasselblad remains firmly intact. That's great news, as the Swedish lens specialist helped OnePlus dramatically improve the cameras on the OnePlus 9 series. We're hoping for similar advances with the OnePlus 10 Pro. OnePlus will sell the OnePlus 10 Pro into colors, Volcanic Black and Emerald Forest. OnePlus is once again using a 6.7-inch QHD display for the OnePlus 10 Pro. But while the size hasn't changed, some other things have. The phone's display will have a 120Hz refresh rate, and it will use new LTPO 2.0 technology, following on from the first-gen LTPO panel in the OnePlus 9 Pro, which can dynamically scale from 120Hz down to 1 Hz when a speedy refresh rate isn't needed. LTPO 2.0 will also make for an overall smoother display. How this will work in practice wasn't made clear, but La noted LTPO 2.0 would facilitate a new level of smoothness. Nevertheless, this could be a boon to players of fast-action mobile games, or even those looking to tap into the Nvidia GeForce Now RTX 3080 cloud-based game streaming. Hasselblad is once again collaborating with OnePlus for the cameras on the OnePlus 10 Pro. The new phone features a 48MP main camera, along with a 50MP ultrawide shooter, an 8MP telephoto lens with 3x optical zoom. That's the same setup as the OnePlus 9 Pro, save for a dedicated monochrome lens, which is getting scrapped. The ultrawide lens has had a 150-degree field of view option added though, which is much wider than what you typically see from other smartphones. Highlights of the camera features include the ability to shoot in 10-bit color from any rear lens for more natural and precise tones. An updated Hasselblad Pro mode lets you shoot in 12-bit RAW, and a new RAW Plus format combines enhanced detail with post-processing. A new movie mode for shooting video sounds a lot like the cinematic mode Apple added to the iPhone 13 lineup, while the master style is reminiscent of Apple's Photographic styles feature. The OnePlus 10 Pro also features a 3-MP front camera, a jump up from the 16MP sensor on the OnePlus 9 Pro. Of course, OnePlus will need to ensure it does plenty of work on the image signal processing and computational photography side to earn a spot on our best camera phones list. The OnePlus 10 Pro is powered by the new Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 chip. The Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 promises 20% faster performance and 30% more power efficiency than the Snapdragon 888, found inside the OnePlus 9. Improvements to gaming and AI performance are also expected. As for memory, that comes in 8GB and 12GB versions, and there's two storage options, 128GB and 256GB. OnePlus is selling 3 versions of the phone in China, 8GB, 128GB, 8GB, 256GB and 12GB, 256GB. However, we'd expect just the 8GB, 128GB and 12GB, 256GB to be sold globally, as has been the case in previous years. OnePlus has upped both the battery capacity and charging power of the OnePlus 10 Pro. The cell has now expanded from 4,500 mAh to 5,000 mAh, which combined with the more efficient display will hopefully mean the new OnePlus will have much better battery life than the OnePlus 9 series, which has surprisingly weak longevity. The already rapid 6.5W charging that OnePlus was using has now been turned up to 8.0W. That should keep the OnePlus 10 Pro at the top of the fastest charging phones list for the rest of the year. But perhaps more importantly, OnePlus is including the charger in the box, so you'll get that awesome speed by default. The OnePlus 10 Pro is going to see a big change for the OnePlus lineup, thanks to the company having a closer relationship with sister brand Oppo. Both companies are set to merge its respective flavors of Android, Oxygen OS and Color OS, into a single, unified smartphone operating system. OnePlus CEO Pete La confirmed that the OnePlus 10 Pro will be the first OnePlus device to use the new operating system when it launches. It was also announced that older OnePlus devices, up to and including the OnePlus 8, will be able to upgrade eventually. A recent rumor claims this upgrade will arrive sometime in April, though it's unclear how it will be rolled out to existing OnePlus devices. By combining our software resources to focus on one unified and upgraded operating system for both OnePlus and Oppo devices globally, La said, we will combine the strengths from both into one even more powerful OS, the fast and smooth, burdenless experience of Oxygen OS, and the stability and rich features of ColorOS. The new OS is keeping the Oxygen name, based on the official OnePlus 10 Pro spec sheet. Longtime OnePlus fans will hope it keeps the same clean near-stock Android experience, too. On paper, the OnePlus 10 Pro looks like it could be one of the best phones of the year. Unfortunately, we won't be able to prove or disprove that until the phone leaves China for its global debut in a few months' time. The fast charging and display are likely to once again be the two strongest parts of the OnePlus 10 Pro experience. The new Oppo i5 software has us concerned about the user experience, but we'll have to wait and see. The biggest thing we want to evaluate is the OnePlus 10 Pro's cameras, as it has stiff competition from the iPhone 13 Pro, as well as the Google Pixel 6 Pro. The OnePlus 9 Pro marked a huge leap in quality for the company's photography, thanks to Hasselblad's involvement, but the competition is tight to make it onto our best camera phones list.